Las Vegas, once hailed as the world's premier entertainment and luxury destination, now faces an unbelievable reality. Empty hotels and casinos, silent poker tables, and neon-lit streets replaced by tents for the homeless. The city, once considered a symbol of global entertainment dreams, has now become clear evidence of the widening gap between rich and poor and the harsh consequences of a declining tourism economy. That scene was not only an economic test, but also a mirror reflecting the helplessness of vulnerable groups in the face of fluctuations they could not control. In today's video, we'll explore why tourists are abandoning Las Vegas en masse, what lies behind the emptiness of hotels and casinos, and how this city is becoming a symbol of a crisis spreading across the United States. Are hotels in Las Vegas entering a dormant period during the summer? If not, then why would the scene become so empty and silent that it's as if the entire city is frozen? Vegas was once known as the world's most vibrant resort paradise, where giant hotels with top-notch service were always packed with visitors. People don't hesitate to spend several months' salary just to experience a luxurious night at the Bellagio or Caesar's Palace. However, by 2025, even the most attractive offers from luxury hotels will no longer be enough to entice guests. According to the July 2025 report by the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, LVCVA hotel occupancy rates have dropped to just 76%, a decrease of approximately 7% compared to the same period last year. This is the steepest decline among the top 25 U.S. travel markets, and the figure rings a bell, evoking dark memories of January 2009, when Vegas hit rock bottom during the Great Recession. Under the weight of the crisis, even iconic brands like Caesar's Properties have been forced to roll out a 15% room discount, stretching all the way until March 31st, 2026. Yes, you heard that right. March 2026, more than half a year from now. An unprecedented move. This no longer looks like a clever marketing strategy, but more like an admission that the wave of departing tourists is pushing the hotel industry into a deadlock. Not only Caesars, but MGM and many other major hotels have also simultaneously launched unprecedented promotional packages, discounts for veterans, gift certificates, and even discounts for iconic experiences like the High Roller Observation Wheel or the Eiffel Tower replica in the heart of the Strip. At its peak, many hotels were forced to abandon the notorious resort fees, which were once as high as $45 per day, just to provide a few basic amenities like Wi-Fi, a gym, or a bottle of water. A hidden cost that tourists have been forced to bear in silence for many years. At first glance, these changes seem like generous actions, but in reality, they expose desperation. It's no different from raising a white flag in the face of declining bridge conditions, because despite trying every trick in the book to attract people, Vegas couldn't hide one truth. The experience is becoming increasingly expensive, but the real value is gone. For many, those hidden costs are a betrayal of trust, leading them to decide that Vegas is no longer worth returning to. A local resident shared on the forum, "We drove along Las Vegas Boulevard on a Wednesday morning and only saw about 50 people walking on the sidewalks. No traffic, no people. Vegas never looked like this." And that absence isn't just reflected in the empty rows of rooms. It also brought with it silent repercussions, directly impacting the lives of thousands of workers in the hotel industry. Sebastian Espinoza, an on-call table clearer at Caesars, says his phone rang constantly during previous summers. With a steady job and stable income, he and his girlfriend had planned to start a family and buy a small house, an American dream just a few steps away. However, this year, everything suddenly stagnated, and that has a huge impact on his personal goals. But is that a wise decision now, when I see half my money gone and the money I saved? Should I get a mortgage now? So, I wouldn't say my life is halted, but it's taking a big hit. A slow summer might not immediately bankrupt a hotel or an employee, but its aftershocks lasted long enough to leave many residents and businesses unable to recover. The city has proposed a tax cut on tips to support service industry workers. However, when tourists are scarce and tips have disappeared, that solution seems completely meaningless. This is no longer a story about a hotel that has lost its inherent vibrant atmosphere. It's a chain reaction that has swept over the entire city, from empty dining rooms and silent bars to thousands of workers facing an uncertain future. Is it worth it when Vegas puts on a veneer of luxury, but is far removed from a soul that was formed from the shared joy of the masses? Of course, this emptiness cannot overlook the casinos, as they are considered the core soul of the city. Casinos generate the majority of revenue from tourism and entertainment, contributing billions of dollars annually to Nevada's budget. Tens of thousands of workers, from dealers and servers to hotel managers and maintenance and security teams, rely on this cycle for their livelihoods. In reality, almost every real estate project, restaurant, show, or hotel in Vegas revolves around the rhythm of the casino. Each year, approximately 41.7 million visitors flock here, spending their entire year's savings just to have one night of living large in the City of Lights. However, according to the Nevada Gaming Control Board, total casino revenue on the Strip in August 2025 decreased by nearly 13% compared to the same period last year, the largest decline since the 2020 pandemic. The general public, which is the lifeblood of the city, is gradually leaving. Many people are realizing that living large in Vegas now carries too many risks, or simply because they no longer feel welcome. The reason lies not only in escalating costs, but also in the proactive strategies of the corporations themselves. Instead of maintaining a steady flow from millions of mass-market customers, many casinos focus on filtering their clientele, betting on the high roller group, the whales, who generate up to 80% of their profits from just 20% of their customers. This approach turns Vegas into a closed playground for the few, abandoning the accessibility that once made it a symbol of the masses. A player loyal to Vegas for the past 20 years told the local newspaper, "Vag forgets that you can milk a cow 100 times, but you can only slaughter it once." This is the current trend for me. It was also a betrayal. And so quite a few people turn their backs, choosing local casinos near their homes instead of spending thousands of dollars on an experience that no longer retained its original spirit. The consequences of empty casinos are not limited to lost revenue. It spread like a domino effect. On-site restaurants were empty, souvenir shops were slow, and many musical performances had to be cut short. Even taxis, ride-sharing services, and small contractors are reporting a sharp decline in work volume. When the casinos falter, the entire operational machinery of Vegas also grinds to a halt. In that context, some corporations were forced to pivot. MGM Resorts announced reinvestment in non-casino experiences such as art exhibitions, food shows, and concerts to attract a wider range of customers. Caesars Entertainment is testing a competitive hotel-show-restaurant combo package. Although it's too early to know the effectiveness, these steps at least acknowledge a truth. Vegas cannot survive solely on the dream of gambling. If the soul of Vegas, the dream of living large, is slowly disappearing, what else does this city have to offer tourists and for generations who once saw Vegas as a symbol of freedom and adventure? Will the neon lights rekindle memories, or will they only reflect rows of soulless empty seats? A city that once promised jobs for all now forces the very people who run it to sleep on the sidewalks. The image of makeshift tents springing up right behind luxury resorts is not only a visual contrast, but also a deep crack in society. The workers who once cleaned hotel rooms, served tables, or greeted guests at the front desk are now forced to set up blankets under streetlights, the same light they once saw from the windows of glamorous casinos. This crisis is no longer an isolated incident. According to Clark County's 2024 Point and Time Count report, the number of homeless people in the Las Vegas Valley area has exceeded 7,900, an increase of over 16% compared to 2022. Among them, many used to have stable jobs in the hospitality and service industry. This is the official figure, but the actual number could be much higher, as many people living in cars or temporary homes are not included in these statistics. Observers believe this downward spiral is not simply a consequence of declining tourism. It exposes an excessive dependence The entire city of Las Vegas is built to operate around casinos and hotels.